Can we talk about using the 5E model in the classroom?
Yes, I hope I can help you.
What methods have you used in your classroom to engage students?
I have used a range of strategies in my classroom. An initial demonstration engages students in areas such as electricity and chemical reactions. Segments from the news, TV shows or videos usually grab their attention and starts a discussion. Playing games like bingo or quizzes enables me to determine students' prior knowledge.
How do you link engagement to the activities you want the students to explore?
It depends on the range of abilities of the students in my class. For instance, if I have a motivated group of students, I ask them to pose their own testable questions. However, for other classes, I may give them guidance by asking them to complete a more structured task before allowing them to progress to a problem-based task. Then I can extend the more able students to an open-ended task.
How do you organize your classroom in the explore stage?
Quite often I organize stations with a range of hands-on activities. Sometimes the students explore, other times they are given a problem and sometimes a procedure or diagram that directs students explicitly.
Doesn't this take quite a bit of time and effort to prepare?
Yes, it does, so this requires the support of the faculty team. Sometimes we set up the stations in one lab, and then all the classes rotate through them doing the explore activities. Over the years we have learned what works well. We save the equipment lists and the lab assistant sets up the experiments in labeled trays.
Does this work for all topics?
Not really. Areas like energy transfers and transformations are ideal, but things like ecology, evolution or the Big Bang Theory are not as effective.
How do you make the transition from the explore to the explain stage?
Sometimes we use class discussions and always try to encourage students to explain and discuss their understanding. A supportive classroom is essential for risk-taking. It is tempting to go into chalk talk mode, but usually I find that students don't retain the information. Strategies such as mind maps and think, pair, share seem to be more effective. At this stage I can explicitly teach the meta-language.
What are the key features of the explain stage in the 5S model of teaching?
Questioning, especially open-ended questions. It's more fun if you give students the opportunity to display their explanations. You have to challenge assumptions, brainstorm ideas, and sometimes I even need to scaffold written explanations. Sometimes students research secondary sources on the internet to support their understanding.
What are the key processes in the elaborate stage of instruction?
Elaborate may be simple, such as applying their understanding, or more complex, like carrying out a sequence of other investigations. I try to allow student choice and group work in this stage. At this stage an extended purposeful communication task such as composing a letter to council can demonstrate students' ability to transfer their knowledge to the real world.
What do you find is the best way to promote student evaluation?
This is really an ongoing process that is useful through all stages. Learning logs can be useful, but a lot of students need support with organization to keep them up to date. On the whole, giving students the chance to articulate what they have learned, or teach someone else, allows reflection about what they have learned and understood. Self-assessment or peer review promotes reflection. Students can even write their own questions that can be used for future quizzes.
How does the 5S model support assessment for learning?
The engage stage is when I assess student prior knowledge and skills. I then plan or modify activities for the other stages. In any lesson, I try to observe students and monitor their learning. Sometimes, I need to alter activities to give students more time and direction.
How does the 5E model support assessment of learning?
The evaluation stage of the model is when I assess student knowledge and skills. Sometimes a product developed in the elaborate stage is assessed against specified criteria.
Thank you for your help today.
My pleasure. I hope it helps.